On? It's your guy JD. Hope all is well. Love and light, guys. So today I got a little free time I want to talk about, all about Dominican Republic, Q&A, any questions you guys might have. I'm gonna give y'all an opportunity to answer any questions. I'll give it a little minute or so, only because YouTube be delayed in the algorithm and notifying the viewers. Cause I be having viewers like, yo, I never get I never get your notification, or is by the time I get the notification, you about to end your live. Yeah. So that's normally what I get. See, look, I just got my own notification. That's crazy. I just got my own notification. So I'm just gonna wait for a few people to jump on in the live, and then we'll just start a general conversation about DR. I guess I can start off talking about why how I got, how I decided to try. I'm not how, but why I decided to travel to Dominican Republic. Well, for me, my cousin was traveling to DR. He was traveling to DR during the 90s. Yeah, he was traveling to DR during the 90s, and he would go every year, every year, every year. When he first went, he went with his family. And then after that, I mean, he was just like DR, DR, DR. He went to DR so much, now I asked him, I said, cuz, like, why you ain't invest in Dominican Republic back in the 90s? I'm like, man, if you would have invested in property back then, you'd be a millionaire. And it's not like my cousin ain't had the money, he's a hustler like me, so he could have definitely made it happen for himself. But anyway, watching him travel in, him always talking about it, 2016, I finally decided to travel there. I went 2016 of 20, yeah, I went 2016, October 2016 I went. But before that, I had went to TNT. So I went to to Trinidad and Tobago, I think in like July. And then I decided to travel to Dominican Republic in October. Yeah, I decided to travel to DR in October, only because, like I said, my cousin traveled there so much. I'm like, you know what? Let me go and see what's the hype. You know what I mean? So I booked the flight, got down there, stayed for 7 days. I booked a 7-day Dolo trip now. I went there to DR Dolo, by myself. And actually, guys, I'm one of those travelers that I like. If it's not with my family or somebody like close knit, I prefer to travel alone. Only because there's no stipulations or what you want to do. Like, you just get up and go. You know what I'm saying? You get up and go. It's too many personalities you got to deal with, and I'm one of those people. Like, I living in New York. It's just such a hustle and bustle here. It's like I want to get away to decompress. So the last thing I need is to be traveling people with, different personalities. Oh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Or, I don't want nobody fucking up my vibe, So yeah, but anyway, so I got to DR. But before I got down there, I'm trying to make connections, while I'm before. That's what I normally do, guys. And I always advise people, when they travel into another country, try to make a connection with, somebody locally in that country, on Instagram, social media, you know what I mean? Somebody that's got an active page that, ain't gonna scam you or anything like that. You kind of gotta feel people out. But I usually have a good sense, of judging people, whether or not they're a scammer or they trying to get over me, So you got to kind of use your judgment. But yeah, so traveling there, man, stayed for 7 days. As I said, I met a local there. She had me all over, Sosua, Cabarete. And, once I experienced the 7 days of being there, like I felt at home, I felt at home. and I loved it. I loved the culture. I loved everything about Dominican Republic, and not just to say, being from New York, a melting pot of cultures. Like I was introduced. My mother's best friend is Puerto Rican. You know what I mean, to say the least. So I know I have embraced the Hispanic culture from a young age. You know what I mean. So it was like going to DR. I felt at home. To say the least, and stayed there for 7 days, and I found myself back there 3 months later. And I've been going, every year, every year, every year ever since then. And then, once I started, as I'm going, I'm like, yo, an opportunity arose. I ended up making investments in DR, and this is where I'm at now. I'm at the point now where I can't wait to get back there full time, and that's what I'm focusing on. And I'm finding just trying to find a way like everybody else. Everybody else, especially when you are caught in the matrix and you are stuck at a 9 to 5, a traditional job. And you trying to get out of that. Be in a place to where you can work remotely, or just even moving down there and starting up a business. And that's what a lot of people are thinking about doing. And if you're one of those people that's just like packing up and saying, fuck it, I'm just gonna go down there and start a business, you might need to rethink that. The kind of business mindset that you have in the States is different, in DR. And I'm telling you, on hand, we are accustomed to having things done in a timely manner. Dominican people, I'm not gonna say all, I'm just saying what this is basically what I've encountered, because some people tend to take what I say and twist it to satisfy their own narrative. Like, nah. I'm just saying, based on what I have experienced. You tell a Dominican local, yo, I'll be there at 3 o'clock. You tell them to be there, yo, be here at 3 o'clock. They show up at 6 o'clock like it's nothing. You know what I mean? So all these things you have to factor in, the kind of people that you want to hire to work for you. You know what I mean? And hoping that you get somebody that's reliable and that's trustworthy and all the above. So it's a lot of things that you have to factor in when you decide to say, yo, I'm going to open up a business in Dominican Republic. And social media is like it's the wave. It's where it's at. It's a way to market yourself and put your business out there. Now, like for a person like me, for an example, because aside of me doing peace, bro, can I personally actually still find land and build a home for 75 grand in DR? 70. Oh yeah, for sure, my brother. For sure. For sure. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. As a matter of fact, Mr. Freedom, I just posted a video of some land in Puerto Plata starting at $140 per square meter. And that's a whole nother story, guys. That's a whole nother story. If you guys look at that video that I just uploaded 8 months ago, the prices of that property was $60 per square meter. Now we're talking 140. 8 months later. And it goes back, like, see, people just think I be talking just to be talking. No, what I be saying is facts. If people had the money to invest in that property 8 months ago, you bought that at $60. That shit done tripled. It done tripled. Guys, it done tripled. I mean, almost nearly tripled. It went from 60 to 140. So it done almost doubled, almost tripled the amount. So this is why I tell people, yo, when you, if I'm, and I, my goal is to really advertise reasonable prices so that you guys can capitalize on it. But now it's just becoming far in between. But yeah, to answer your question, you can definitely find something at 75 grand in Dominican Republic. And it also depends on where you want to live. You have to factor in all of that. That's why I tell people, before you make an investment, you need to factor in, like, what's around you, what's accessible. If you're a person that requires medical attention, you want to be close to a hospital. If you're a person that you want to have that westernized standard living, then maybe Puerto Plata probably wouldn't be the ideal place for you. Maybe Punta Cana. People that want to live like a westernized kind of life and move to DR, I always say go to Punta Cana for that. Because on the North Coast, it's giving you more of a Dominican vibe. However, you do have a lot of expats living on the North Coast, but it's still more of a Dominican. It's not as developed, I should say, as Punta Cana. Whereas Punta Cana's got shops and malls and all of that stuff. They're building Punta Cana up to attract foreigners. You know what I mean? But if you one of those people like me that likes the laid back life and beach vibes and diving into the culture, then I would say Puerto Plata, Santiago, Santo Domingo. Those are the kind of places that I would recommend people who want to experience Dominican culture. If you really want that Dominican culture, you got to go to Santo Domingo and in Santiago, because you're really gonna get it there. And then also like the non-tourist areas where you don't really see tourist people so much, like Banal and Midland and those kind of places, you will encounter more of a Dominican vibe, And this is one of the things that I like to do. This is why I move around, especially when I'm there 2 weeks at a time. I like to be in, like for instance, I went to Playa Ensenada. I got a video of that I'm going to upload. It's not a long video, but it's just a video of, the kind of vibe that goes on out there. You know what I mean? Which is like, from Puerto Plata, it is a ride. This is why I tell people, anybody that's visiting Playa Ensenada, I highly suggest you get up early, like 8 o'clock. You want to be up at 8, out of the door at 8:30, because it's going to take you about a good, you probably get there around like 10, because the roads is bad. So you have to factor in all of that. But in terms of the vibe and the culture and all of that, man, you definitely going to get that if that's what you're looking for, Yeah, for sure. Ike says, I need to come visit. For sure, you need to come visit, man. It took me years. Like I said, my cousin was traveling to DR since the 90s, and I finally made that trip in like 2016. So it took me some odd years to make it down there, but that's my biggest regret, wishing that I was hip to this when I was younger, and had a different mindset. And this is why I tell people, I'm not here to every culture has its shit, and coming from, being raised in African American culture, I find it that, we don't really empower our children as we should, you know what I mean? And we have to break that generational curse, because had I had the kind of, parents that were a little bit more, they did the best that they could do. Hardworking parents, I can't take that from them, but empowering your children in terms of teaching them how to invest their money and how important it is to invest, and setting them up for success so that, they can pass it down, this is what I'm talking about. But yeah, man, if I would have traveled there in the 90s, man, I'd be a billionaire by, right now, because I've always had a hard working, I've always been hard working. That I've always been a hard worker. So that's nothing. So, with that hard working mentality and taking it down in Dominican Republic, man, who's to say where I'd be right now, But back to, moving down to DR, like for me, once I'm down there full time, and this is just, giving you guys some of my ideas. I already have a platform. So when you have a platform, it's easy for you to market yourself. You gain subscribers, and then people will come and support you. They'll come and show out for you, So one of the things that I plan on doing, Angela Sampson, what's going on? Haitian Gunman, what's up? What's up? Thanks for joining the chat, guys. And for those of you guys who are on the chat, just be sure to hit the like, share, and subscribe. I'm just on here, guys, talking about just general questions, Q&A, all about DR. So I'm just giving you guys some tidbits of what I'm doing and pretty much where I'm at, and any questions you guys may have, and any information that you want to provide to people who are looking to either navigate themselves or just travel to Dominican Republic. But one of the things that I said that I plan on doing once I'm there full time, for those of you guys who don't know, I like to cook. So I am in the food and beverage industry. So me having my YouTube platform and my other platforms, it would be easier for me to to be success, to have a good success rate in my business, only because I have I have a platform. So I tell people, before you want to dive into a business, man, the first things first is establishing that business and promoting it, promoting it. There's no reason why, you shouldn't be promoting your business when there's so many platforms out there. You know, success doesn't happen overnight. You got to put in that work. You got to put in the work. But my idea is opening up a restaurant. And that's something that I have to really factor in. Like, okay, a lot. The food and beverage industry is huge in DR, and so Sua is now becoming popular for street food and things of that nature. You know what I mean? Brother, how long have you been on this journey getting your property and relocating, Mr. Freedom? I've been doing this. I started my project in 20 March of 2021. So it has been 2 years and going on 7 months now. And then I bought the property in 2016. So that's pretty much how long, it's 2016. So it took me damn near 4 years to break ground, with the construction. And it's been 2 years and 7 months since I've started. And surrounding yourself around the right people. Facts, Angela Sampson, and I can't stress that enough. During my journey, man, I have encountered people that I thought were, really good friends of mine, man. Until you start seeing people for who they really are, especially once you start elevating. I've always been the type of person to give people their flowers, congratulate. I'm not a hater. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm comfortable where I'm at. You know what I mean? I never had to outshine nobody to make myself be seen. You know what I mean? I'm always good. I've always been the one to play the back role, and just peep the scene and scenery. Like, that's just always been who I am, but along my journey, man, people really start showing you who they really are. And that's okay. It's okay. It's not something that I'm not surprised about, but when you have people that you think are close to you, it does bother you a little bit, but you just got to move on, those who you thought were with you, they start dropping like flies, and then you start picking up new people who are on the same page. I mean, since I've been doing this, I have met a lot of influential brothers and sisters along this way. You know what I mean? So it has been a blessing, to say the least. You know what I mean? To have a network of people who you can share that interchange of encouragement with. You understand what I'm saying? So those are the kind of people that I want to surround myself around and be around, like-minded. You know what I mean? We live and learn and rise. We absolutely do, man. We do. And I doing this for 2 years and 6 months. It has taken a lot of discipline and, self-sacrificing, and neglecting too. But, the neglection, when you neglect the ones you love, they should understand, and they do. My loved ones understand. Jay is out here making it happen, setting a legacy, not for just himself, but for everyone he loves. You know what I mean? Because I'm not a selfish person. Like, I'm doing this not for just me, but for my friends, my family. Like, I want a safe place for all of us to go out and be able to enjoy. You know what I mean? And leave that legacy behind, So this is my journey, And I see there's a lot of brothers and sisters out there struggling and trying to find a way out. You know what I mean? I tell y'all, keep listening to motivational speeches. Go on YouTube and listen to people's success stories, man. That will give you that boost of encouragement that you need to keep pushing, I'm so glad you and D met up. Oh, for sure, man. D's a good dude. Good dude. I appreciate having him. And every time, Angie, like, he called me, like, when any question that he has, he be on it like, yo, Jay, I know you got, and the same thing with me, like, one thing about the expat community, for those of you who don't know, there's a huge expat community in Dominican Republic. There's a lot of us out there, predominantly in the tourist areas. So Sua, Cabarete, Puerto Plata, and then you got, Santo Domingo. Those are like the most populated expat communities, and expats are starting to move, throughout Dominican Republic only because the tourist areas are becoming more expensive. But I have grouped a network. I have a good network of expat brothers and sisters out in Dominican Republic, and that's important. It's very important to have that because God forbid you living down there full time. You want to be able to call somebody if in case something happens. So if you want those people, and I being out there, trust me, I'm always out and about. I be out in them streets. I be outside, guys. I'll be outside, and I like going to just Jumbo, just out there randomly. I run into a lot of expats. You got some that will embrace you, say what's up, and then you got some who just walk past you like they don't even know you. And if you one of those people, you might need to change your mindset because you might need one of us expats. God forbid something goes down. Something go down. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters? Like who you really gonna call? You know what I mean? So it's important that you have that network and keep that line of communication open. It's important. Hey JD, are there affordable prices near the Agra Mall? Agra Mall is I'm not familiar with. Where's the Agra Mall? Where's the Agra Mall? Is that in Santiago or Santo Domingo? Because I'm predominantly in Puerto Plata, and they're building Puerto Plata up. Should they should be aware of concerns about corruption and the need for your entry own attorney. Yeah, that it's funny you say that, guy, Angie. Like that's one of the first things you need to have, when you're moving into Dominican Republic. Making sure you have a solid attorney. And the idea is making that attorney your friend. You want to make that attorney your friend. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's the idea. I'm not saying, buying him and all of that, but try to establish a friendship. Like with my attorney, I trust my attorney. I have sent clients to my attorney. I told them, listen, because the Dominican way, and if y'all don't know, this is just the Dominican way. If you tell a Dominican, yo, I need you to fix this. Somebody that can fix windows or whatever. Yeah, I know somebody. And this is your Dominican friend. They'll find that person, tell them, yo, I got somebody that needs you to fix their windows, but I'm gonna need you to cut me a little percentage of that. That's just the mentality of the Dominican people. So when I establish my relationship with my attorney, I let him know straight up, like, this is what I do with my YouTube channel. My viewers and my clients are important to me. I'm not asking you for nothing but just to take care of my viewers, my clients. Like that's all I ask. He said, JD, I got you, no problem. So we done established that, and I throw him clients, and these clients is for free. I ain't asking him for a penny. But when I need your services, all I'm asking you, bro, is just that you already know what to do. I kind of call it the barter system. You know what I mean? Because that's what a lot of Dominicans are accustomed to. A lot of them don't have money. They got a neighbor that got eggs and got milk and got cheese. All right, I got eggs. You give me some cheese. I got milk. You give me some eggs. So that's what I do. I make connections like that. That's how I move in DR. Yeah. In Santo Domingo near Pantini. It's in Santo Domingo. Oh, it's in Santo Domingo. Traveling Gems, DMR, what's going on? DMR, I don't really see. Santo Domingo is not really my territory. That's my territory, guys, is the North Coast. Anything you want to know about the North Coast? I'm not gonna say I'm the North Coast expert, but I've been traveling there for 8 years, so I do know enough to get me by. And what I don't know, hey, I ask. You know what I'm saying? But what's one thing about me? If I don't know something, I always try to, divert you guys to somebody that does. And I will tell you if any of you guys are, have any information or need any information, Dominican route, Coach John is the one that's his territory, Santo Domingo. Yeah. So anything about Santo Domingo that you guys want to know about, y'all can reach out to the Dominican route on YouTube, Coach John. We all a family. It's all a network. We all work together, and that's what I'm about. Building up, each other and networking and helping each other to navigate. We all in this together, man. We all in this together. As I said, the expat community is growing at a rapid pace. And for those of you guys who are even struggling, I say it time and time again, just to give the ones that's coming in who may not know who I am, is just new to the channel. Like, for those of you who are just coming in and trying to figure out, like, yo, what could I do to make money in Dominican Republic? I'll give you this idea. Since the expat community is growing at a rapid pace, there's a lot of things that we don't have in Dominican Republic that there's going to be a demand for. I don't know, start researching these things, especially if you're one of those people who are traveling down there and know, okay, like, we don't have this, we don't have that. Okay, so those things that we don't have, bring it into Dominican Republic and start a business. I'll give you an example. I know this one chick who, she's a yoga instructor, and she does yoga on the beach. She sees about 5 or 6 clients a day. You see what I'm saying? And this what helps fund her, her lifestyle in Dominican Republic. She's got a nice a nice amount of clients, So, and there's not many yoga instructors in Dominican Republic. Zumba, I'm just throwing some things out there, guys. Zumba instructors, physical, personal trainers, these kind of jobs you can do, photography, the food and beverage industry too, but like I said, you really got to research that, because there's a lot of competition in the food and beverage industry. Everybody wants to open up a restaurant in Dominican Republic, but they might not have the business mindset to do it. I know somebody that did it. I was really happy for this brother. I don't know his name, and I forgot the brother's name, but he's a brother that lived in Atlanta, and he opened up a spot called Atlanta Lights in the heart of Dominican Republic, right on the Malecon. And his establishment, I went, when I seen it, I was amped. I'm like, yo, I can't wait to get down there and support, do a little, thing for the YouTube. So I get there, man, and his shit is shut down. It didn't even last a good 6 months, And when I'm asking, the brothers in the expat community, yo, what happened? What happened? And one of the things that they said was that, and it's true, you can't open up, first of all, you open up an establishment with an American name. That's one. Two, you're doing a food and beverage, it has to be integrated. You have to be able to make it affordable, not for just the expats, but for the locals to patronize your business. Switch it up, La Salsa night, and you have to be able to integrate all of that. And if you're not going to integrate that, then you're not going to do well at it. You're not. I'm just back to some of these questions. I'm a former amateur boxer and martial artist. Yo, and DMR, that might work for you, bro. It might work for you, because here it is, somebody like myself, as we get older, I always say we got to take care of ourselves. Mind, body, and soul, health and fitness. Why invest in a country and you're not investing in your health? The idea is invest in that country so that you can have a long life. You know what I mean? Eating natural fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. So for me, like, exercise and health and fitness is important to me, especially as we get older. And you'd be surprised how many people who are looking for that. So that might work for you, DMR. You get down there, it's all about marketing yourself, talking to people. You have to be one of those people that's not afraid to talk. You never know who you might want to cross, just having a general conversation. You could travel. The gym said you could teach English, English is so there's things out there you can do. Even call centers are becoming big in Dominican Republic. If you somebody that worked in customer service, as you know, and you know the ins and outs of how to run a call center, well, that might be something ideal when running a call. And it's not something that you got to start off big. You know, you start off small until it it grows. You know, so these are the kind of things that you guys could do. I always talk about agriculture. Agriculture, very important, especially since we have, because that's one thing that I have researched, guys. Being and traveling to DR, being a African American who loves his kale and collard greens and smoked meats, smoked turkey and all of that stuff. Those are things that we don't have. So if somebody was looking to come in and do and look, even though you might say, okay, well, that's not a Dominican thing. Well, introduce it to Dominican Republic. That's simple. That's simple. So, these are the kind of things that you could kind of brainstorm, because we do need, like I said, for me, living up in the mountains, like collard greens is a necessity. Kale is a necessity. I want to feel like I'm at home. It feels like home to me, but I want to have all those things that make me feel comfortable. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, just think about the things that you could bring to Dominican Republic, research it, brainstorm it, and see if it could work. You never know. You never know. Especially, in the populated cities. And this is, the tourist cities anyway. You can't go wrong starting a business in a tourist city. As I said, I have my platform, So once I'm down there, I'm definitely going to open up a restaurant. For sure. I'm very diverse in different cultures of food. My culture of food, African, soul food, Jamaican, Haitian, Dominican. So I got a little, and I trust me, guys. I can throw down. I can handle my own. You know what I mean? It's all in the seasoning. I tell people it's all in the seasoning. All in the seasoning. Yeah, man. So these are the things that you guys should be brainstorming, especially for those of you guys who are looking to move down there. You don't want to just, and I've heard countless of stories of people just packing up, and opening up business. Oh, I'm going to borrow money off of my 401k. I'm going to, and then you don't want to be that person and end up back where you came from, man. The idea is getting down there to stay down there, to have the quality of life that you desire, without having to worry about turning back. Future World Films, what's going on, bro? What's going on? For those of you guys just tuning in, be sure to hit the like, share, subscribe, guys. I got 16 of y'all in here. I appreciate all the love and support always. I'm trying, guys, to get down there. Because for those of you guys don't know, I've never been down to DR during Super Bowl and Halloween. And I hear it's crazy. It's always a movie, and I've never been for Christmas. I've never been there during the holidays. But I got to get back down there. I mean, sooner than possible, because I gotta start. I decided, guys, I'm gonna start the next level of my home. I had to really think about it. And this is my reason. I'm like, yo, I'm not there full time yet. So why do the kitchen where I could just start the first level? Only because the price of materials are going up. There's no telling how much, to rebarb and cement block and all that shit's gonna be between now and next year. So, kitchens, the prices with that kind of, stays the same. You could kind of negotiate that with a a carpenter, in terms of like the labor costs and shit. But when it comes to materials, I had to really think about that. So I decided that I'm gonna start my second level, do the wall and all of that. I'm just waiting on the estimates and everything for that. And then, I'll still be staying in my crib. I'm just like, I'm gonna do it like the Dominicans do. You know what I'm saying? And when you at the phase that I'm at, get you a blow up mattress, a little mini fridge, a hot plate. Well, I don't be cooking food like that anyway when I'm on vacation. I'm on vacation. You could buy a meal for 200 pesos, man. Like, are you kidding me? So I'm not even worried about the whole food thing. I'm just, I just want to get the feel of being in my own crib. You know what I'm saying? I want to get the feel of being in my own crib and looking at things and doing my little planting. It's time. So I figure, you know what? Let me start on the next level, do all of that, and just occupy the downstairs, get a little bed, and like I said, mini fridge, all this shit that make me feel comfortable while I'm there. You know what I mean? Because those days of spending money on Airbnbs, guys, it's over. It's over. It's over. So the next time I go back down there, the idea is being in my crib. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to come on here, guys, and shoot the breeze. Drop some jewels and some informative information, and I hope the information I'm putting out there sticks. You guys do something with it. But one thing I will say, guys, is the time is now. Time is now. Prices are going up. If you're really looking to move to DR and you want to make this your permanent home, man, it's time for you to figure this shit out and make a way and get you a piece of land and do something, because prices are becoming astronomical, especially if you're one of those people that want to be in the hot spots and the tourist spots, Boca Chica, Puerto Plata, Sosua, Cabarete, and all those places. You really might need to start figuring out how you're gonna get your money up so that you can at least buy the land. Once you secure the land, you good. That's the first step, getting the land. And then, guys, because I talk about, architectural plans and stuff, and my bro said the same thing. These are things that I should have thought of, in the beginning. But, when you are just excited and you want to get things done, I tell you guys, in Dominican Republic, y'all have to take y'all time. You can't be like that. I'm being that way will cost you money, rushing and trying to move too fast. You see what I'm saying? So if you are at that point where you have your property and you're looking for architects to draw out a plan for you, it's better I'm just telling you guys, it's gonna save you a lot of money. I advise you guys to go on Fiverr, Fiverr. It's called Fiverr. And there you can get electrical floor plans. You can get, if you want your customized. These are engineers and architects overseas who charge you to do this for pennies on a dollar, okay? I got my whole kitchen designed for $20, guys. $20, I got my whole kitchen design of, I gave them a photo pretty much of what I wanted, and then they customize it. And if you don't like it, they'll go back and customize it, but you're not going to pay until you are satisfied with the job, okay? But as I said, you're talking about pennies on a dollar when it comes to this stuff. Electrical plans, architectural plans for a home, okay? All of that can be done at a reasonable price without having to hire, an architect in Dominican Republic who's going to charge you $800-900 to do an architectural plan. Okay, so I'm just throwing that out there to save you guys some money. That's the idea, man. When you building a house, every dollar counts. Every dollar counts. You'd be surprised how much you save once you start cutting back on miscellaneous shit. Take it from somebody who knows, who's doing it, who's living it, who's breathing it. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that I had to cut back on, and this is how I'm able to get as far as I have gotten. But yeah, guys, it's 20 of you guys on here. I'm gonna need y'all to hit the like, hit the share, subscribe. For those of you guys who don't know where that's at, it's the 3 dots on the top right corner, and that'll enable you to hit the like, hit the share, and subscribe. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to drop that for you. Y'all stay tuned for more content, man. I want to be able to peace, Jay, peace to the chat. What's going on, Troy King? And shout out to Dominican Route, Traveling Gems, Angela Sampson, Troy King, DMR. Shout out to all you guys, man. I appreciate it. Haitian Gunman, Freedom. I appreciate all the love and support. But I'm definitely going to be on here once a week doing a Q&A. All about Dominican Republic, Q&A, and that will be an opportunity for people to come on, share their experiences. We can ask each other questions, any questions or anything that you might you might be you need to know any questions you might want to know. I'm gonna have that open for you guys to be able to share information. You know what I mean? For sure. So I'm gonna be doing that once a week, and then I figure maybe Wednesday, midweek, and then on the weekends, every Saturday, I'll be having a viewer on, an interviewer on, and talking about most of the people that I bring on for the interviews are people who are living in Dominican Republic, making investments in Dominican Republic, and just helping people to provide any information for those who might, need that kind of information. So that's pretty much what I'll be doing every Saturday without fail. And then I'm thinking about doing a podcast too, because guys, I got so much good feedback on the last live that I did on Saturday. Shout out to Junior and shout out to Flexi Mundo. Two Dominican cats. Having them on the channel and getting their perspective on things. I really want to draw that to my viewers. One of the topics that I really want to bring up, because I find it that the Dominican culture has changed. I'm not Dominican, but this is based on, old school Dominicans, and I want to talk about that. Has the Dominican culture changed from, how it was back in the 80s versus now, and what has changed and what can we do to make things different? Because I see a lot of the old school Dominicans, they not with the shits when it comes to this new generation of Dominicans, man. They looking at the youth like, y'all making us look bad. So, and these are kind of conversations that people don't like to talk about, people don't like to address, only because it brings up, it causes controversy. But how are we going to do better as a whole if we don't talk about it? You know what I mean? And talk about how we can make things different. And, even with the whole situation with Haiti and in Dominican Republic, I made a live about that. And, that was one, honestly, guys, that was like one of the, I got a lot of views on that. And there was a lot of messages, and people took what I said as Dominicans being racist. And people tend to take what you say to support their own narrative. And that's not what I said. A lot of people didn't get the message, but a lot of my Dominican people did. You know what I mean? And, but these are the things that we should be talking about, And I do have an interview that I'm going to have coming up. And this is going to be interesting because these two interviewees are a Haitian and Dominican couple who have been married for 30 years, So I'm excited to have them on just to talk about, their experiences and some of the adversities that they had to face, when they got together and all of that, So yeah. You guys stay tuned for all the, upcoming content that I got coming in, man. And I appreciate all the love and support. Thanks for the 16 you guys are watching. And I appreciate the 12 likes, guys. Remember, I'm always here. You guys, are the reason why I keep doing this. And I appreciate you guys. I have no idea. It's been a journey to say the least, and I appreciate you guys for riding with me, But with that being said, y'all take care of yourselves. Until next time, I'll be talking to y'all. Peace and love, guys.